Season 4 Reloaded from Modern Warfare 3 launches this upcoming week, and with it, we've got a bit more content in the way of maps, modes, rewards, Warzone, and Zombies updates, and more. And while we took a top-down first look at Season 4 Reloaded a little earlier in the week, today I want to take a bit of time to take a deeper dive into the weapons of Season 4 Reloaded and what you should know about ahead of the Season 4 Reloaded launch this upcoming Wednesday. So as we go along, drop your thoughts down below. What are you guys thinking about these weapons? Anything in particular you're looking forward to get your hands on? Whatever the case, let me know down below. But if you enjoy the video, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more Black Ops 6, X Defiant, and Modern Warfare 3 coverage, among other FPS titles I'd love to have in the community. But for now, let's jump into it. So let's start out with the big weapons here with this. The Reclaimer 18 is the first weapon up on deck. This is going to come with 15 levels to rank up through, and it's described as veteran Call of Duty players may know this heavy-hitting legendary 12-gauge shotgun by another name, and you'll be able to empower your arsenal with this classic slide-action shotgun that packs a rapid and powerful punch. Last seen in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, this reimagined variant offers a base of 8 semi-automatic rounds with 16 in reserve. Now this is going to be the Spaz 12 from years prior. This is going to be unlocked via the redacted sector of the battle pass. This is something that, again, isn't necessarily new. We've had it the last couple of seasons and a little bit into last year as well, but as evidenced by these last few seasons, the Ball 27 in Season 3 Reloaded, the SOA Subverter, and Soul Render in Season 2, you'll have to go through a gauntlet of challenges in the redacted sector to unlock this in the battle pass. The Reclaimer is likely that final reward, so you'll end up having to do 5 challenges and then you'll have to do the unlock challenge for the Reclaimer, so 6 total, with most of these in the past revolving around the sort of weapon classification of that weapon you're trying to unlock. So for this case, shotguns in some way, shape, or form. Either way, curious to see how this one will perform in both MP and Warzone. It was previously leaked that we'll have some sort of dual wield attachment to it, so if that's still the case, that might make for some interesting and rage-inducing gameplay moments. Like, we had the Warden's kit for the Mark II that turned those into the Akimbo 1887s, but I think dual Spaz 12s might send me over the edge a little bit faster. But a classic weapon is returning, no less, even if it does end up just infuriating me. Anyways, beyond that, we'll also see the Sledgehammer coming along with 6 levels to rank up through. This one, it says, to smack some heads with this hammer claw bar melee weapon. This bludgeoning behemoth isn't designed for driving nails into wood. With a 20-pound head forged from carbon steel, beveled so the weapon doesn't chip when striking, this monster of a melee weapon can inflict massive blunt force damage quickly, knock a foe back with a pole butt, or cause the monumental damage after a brief pause and a swing. Crack some heads with this Sledgehammer. This again is likely going to be in that redacted sector of the battle pass, as with other prior melee weapons of recent seasons. This one will probably be one of the first challenges you have to complete to get the overall sector reward of the Reclaimer 18, so this one probably going to be an easier challenge to obtain. I feel like most of the ones leading up to that final challenge usually are, but for me it's a melee weapon, so I'm not really going to pay too much attention to it. I know the melee scene is super niche and I'm really happy you guys are getting another weapon, but also I probably won't be playing with this one at all. Although I do find it interesting that it says you can knock a foe back by sort of like stunning them with a pole butt, or you can just straight up swing and do that lethal damage. So curious to see what that will amount to in regards to the gameplay itself, but I will say Sledgehammer does have the real potential to do the coolest Obama giving Obama a medal meme type thing. Put the Sledgehammer logo on the actual head of the Sledgehammer and it's just right there, man. Do it. I think it'd be a great blueprint or something like that to have available. But anyways, that's the 2 primary and functional weapons within Modern Warfare 3 Season 4 Reloaded, upcoming later this upcoming week. But the nice part that I've been loving about Modern Warfare 3 is that even though we only have like 1 or 2 functional weapons each mid-season at this point, while we only have a limited amount of functional weapons, the aftermarket part system introduced into Modern Warfare 3 has made weapons functionally different, to the point where they're not new weapons, but they're such deviations from what they are at their base that it reintroduces them in a manner that we may not be used to. So I dig that. So for me, I kind of chalk these up as things we should talk about in our weapons of video. Now, currently to date, we've seen things like the Jack Harbinger kit for the M4, the Jack Requiem for the Kastov 7.62, and the Jack Scimitar kit for the FGX Horse. Pending whatever happens or has happened this past week, a reminder, I'm on my honeymoon at this moment, so this video was recorded all the way back on last Thursday the 13th, so I'm lacking 1 week of critical information, but one will not be included in the second half here, obviously. We'll see the following aftermarket parts for Season 4 Reloaded and beyond, though, of the Jack Gunslinger for the Basilisk, which will increase that rate of fire and allow for 8 rounds in the revolver, the Jack Volk for the KV Inhibitor, which will essentially turn that sniper into the NA-45 from Advanced Warfare, something that kind of follows that same theme of last season where we had a couple of different weapons that just turned into older classic weapons. The only difference with the Jack Volk here is that it's not going to give explosive damage, but it will make it a 2-shot burst on the KV inhibitor as the NA-45 was. The Jack Thumper 6.56 will allow the RGL to start shooting multiple types of projectile explosives. The Jack Decimator will turn the Lockman Shroud burst into, well, a full auto Lockman Shroud, so just the Lockman submachine gun. Still really curious how that one is gonna work out and why that was something that was needed, but turning it into basically another MP5. And the Jack Intimidator for the Renetti, which will slow the rate of fire but changes the Renetti down to a one-shot potential pistol. So honestly, I'm a big fan of the fact that for the past 2 seasons now, we've seen Sledgehammer introducing more aftermarket parts, not only just for their own weapons, but also Modern Warfare 2 weapons. It kind of breathes a bit of fresh air and life into them, if that makes sense. Like, totally honest, the last time that I used half the Modern Warfare 2 weapons touched with aftermarket parts so far is when I was doing, like, the Orion camo grind last year. Like, the last time I touched the Mark II before getting the Wardens, dude, it was actually when I was doing Orion. So, like, it's been that long that it's nice to honestly see them competitive as a result and also just have, like, a meaning and reason to play with those again. So I'm excited to see these kind of bring some Modern Warfare 2 weapons back up into the fold, as we've already seen with a couple already this season and last season as well. Now, a nice thing to mention with the aftermarket parts, not all prior seasons had the availability, but if you're somebody that likes to play on the go, Warzone Mobile is connected this season with the aftermarket part system, where it said all Season 4 aftermarket parts are also unlockable through the season by spending Arsenal coins in the Arsenal store, which is a Call of Duty Warzone Mobile exclusive, after which they can be used across all games. So you do have the opportunity to unlock this on the go and use both those again in mobile or in the standalone actual full experience for PC and console. So that is something that's cool that you get to see that, like, one-to-one, that parity there that we haven't in the past. But anyways, yeah, that's your Season 4 Reloaded weapons and what we have up on deck here in the coming days as of the update going live this upcoming Wednesday. So that is where we're going to wrap it up. Before we do, though, make sure to check out my friends over at Gamer Advantage for what I firmly believe are the best blue light glasses on the market. I've worked with these guys for 3 years now and cannot recommend them enough. They're the most lightweight, comfortable, and durable frames out there as far as I've used, and I definitely think they've helped my daily productivity. Now, full transparency, they are a bit more of an investment, but I do think your vision's absolutely worth investing into, especially if you're like me, you're looking at a monitor, phone, or you're gaming for a good chunk of the day. So if you guys would like to learn more, at the very least, I'd recommend checking out their website where they can better break down the science and all the specifics way better than I could. What I can personally say is that I would highly recommend them. So if you'd like to learn more, check the link in the description below. And if you'd like to pick something up for yourself, use code Espresso to get 10% off your entire order. But for now, that is where we're going to wrap it up. What weapons are you looking forward to here coming in Season 4 Reloaded and beyond with some of those aftermarket parts? Anything in particular? You're going to look to troll around with the Spaz 12 or rather Reclaimer 18 and potentially that dual wield option? You're looking forward to any of those aftermarket parts? Let me know down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 6, and X Defiant, along with other FPS content here on the channel. I'd love to have you in the community, but for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.